I can think like, oh, a man must spend money, I don't have to spend anything, but I don't have to make that my personality online, that anytime they see me, that's all I talk about. All the good jokes, everything about, they never see you there. It's about the one of, oh, where your sugar daddy does this. Yeah. Hi loves, welcome to my channel. My name is Kamsinnamani, and if it's the first time you're seeing this beautiful face, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button and giving this video a big thumbs up if you end up enjoying it. And if it's not, hi loves, welcome back to my 20 series. So if you're not familiar, my 20 series is basically me navigating through my 20s and sharing tips, mistakes, all of that with my fellow people in their 20s. But it is definitely not limited to only those in their 20s, because it's life. No one knows it all. That's one of the things I've clocked. No one really knows it all. And that's pretty much it. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about certain things that we do on social media that can be classified as tacky, not classy in the slightest, and I just wouldn't advise anyone to do that. Again, let me just put out a disclaimer. These type of videos are targeted to a particular audience. I'm not speaking to everyone, and I'm very aware. People are just very into doing whatever they want, forgetting that every action has like a consequence. You can do something and think, oh, this is what I want to do, I don't care, all of that, but it can get you fired, you know, it can make you miss an opportunity. So let's just be very mindful and realistic. Especially as women, we are held to a higher regard, which is not fair, but it is the reality. And I would just like if we can just avoid certain things. I do work on social media, I have a social media presence, and I'm very aware of certain things and how I portray myself on social media. And I would love if more women, everyone, is also aware that you are creating a brand, whether you like it or not, and it's very important. Okay, love, so the first behavior or action I feel creates a very tacky, tasteless vibe on social media is showing wads of cash. I'm talking those big stacks of money. You're like showing it on your story, or you're putting it on your ears. Why? It's giving very much bush. It's giving, I just got here, I've never seen this before. I just feel it's not necessary. Again, the phrase less is more applies to everything. Applies to dressing, applies to behavior, applies to how you comport yourself. So when you do certain things that, I don't know, it just doesn't seem genuine. Do you understand? And half the time, the money is not yours. Let me not go there, but like, again, it just gives that vibe that, oh, it's not mine, especially when it's babes that do, like, just showing it's just a bit cringe to me. I like to say that I am kind of targeting those who actually want to have a social media presence. So let's say you have an audience, or you want to, you know, go into this, you should be very careful with what you put online. You can't compare how you comport yourself on social media with someone who has a private profile, less than 1,000 followers, and has nothing to do with social media apart from entertaining themselves. If you want to take this seriously, grow this into a multi-millionaire business, you have to be aware of certain things. And when, depending on the brand you want to push, when you do certain things, it doesn't paint you in the right light. Like, what are you trying to achieve showing us that you just have bundles? I don't know, it's just giving criminal. Because first of all, why do you have that much bundle of money? Like, why do you have that amount of money in cash? Do people still carry out cash, unless maybe you're going to the strip club, or I don't know, like, what is the message? I want to know, if you're trying to do this job or build a reasonable brand, you have, before you post anything, ask yourself, what do I want to achieve by doing this? What would this do? What would this tell people? Because as much as we can say, I don't care what people think, perception is very important, especially in this line of work. Please avoid, you know, that all this money on, it's just giving bush. Okay, on to my next point. Okay, love, so another thing I've seen people doing is not necessarily as serious as the other one, but I do feel it just makes you seem a bit funny, and women are 100% responsible for this one, is hiding your significant other with like an emoji, a blur filter, everything. Like, why? Is it really that deep? Is it really that deep? We don't have to know, if that makes sense. Like, I want people to be like, oh my god, mind your business, but you're making it my business because I follow you and I'm seeing everything you're doing on social media and you're posting this, and then it's a really cute picture and then it's covered or it's chopped off, or I've seen the amount of things I've seen. It's actually ridiculous. I don't think it's necessary. I don't, especially if you're, again, a social media personality. Why? Everyone thinks they have ops. Like, no one is chasing you, no one is fighting you, no one wants your downfall, sis. Like, stop. Because honestly, if you don't want to show, don't show. If you're gonna show, show it with your chest. Because what is the reason? You're even making it more obvious that I'm gonna show, but I'm not sure if he's, so I'm gonna why? And the people who know will know. It's not as if he's doing anything. So I just feel like, again, it doesn't really, it just makes you seem unserious. I can't even, like, that's the vibe I get from it. Like, it's not by force. It's not by force to do couple picture. It's like, I really want to post this. It's not by force. Yeah, you either post or you don't post. It's not really giving responsible or someone to be taken seriously, because it's kind of funny. Like, why? And I even feel sorry for the men in those pictures, because imagine you're really looking nice, you know, your babe next to you're chopped off, or she's giving you the monkey emoji on your head. Because of what? Because of who? Coming to you as a woman? Like, is it really that deep? Let's just avoid it. Again, I don't think your bag will be affected, but I just feel like branding wise, it's just a bit funny, and I can't take you seriously if you do that. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, love. So my third point and third thing you can do on social media that just doesn't paint you in the best light, can make you seem tacky, uncultured, all of that, is cursing on social media. I have done a video similar to this sometime last year, and I said it, and I got so much backlash, and it was really surprising. Guys, there's a reason they bleep out curse words. Your favorite rappers, your favorite artists, they can curse in their original video, but when they're in events or things that are being aired to millions of people, they switch the word. You know that there's like explicit music and then there's normal music, meaning that explicit is the one with curse words, but when I'm out here performing, I'm not going to use those curse words. If those people do it, do you think they're just doing it for like just for doing its sake? There's a reason they blip out words. There's a reason if I come on YouTube and I say certain words a number of times, I'm gonna get demonetized, because it is not proper. So when you're talking and people are like, oh my god, first of all, look at who is talking. Always look at who is talking. Before you're taking this advice, look at their life. People can think this is rude, but honestly, I think it's just being real. Like, whoever is advising you, do you want your life to be like that? No, then why are you taking the advice? Because if they were so knowledgeable, why did their life turn out that way? Honestly and truly, that's what I use whenever if I even get trolls. I check the proof. I'm like, there's nothing for me here, because their life will not be bad, but are they where you want to be? So when you say that person is like a lawyer, cool, but do you want to be a lawyer? No, I don't think a lawyer. No, I'm talking about. I don't think someone who is a lawyer would be arguing with me why I shouldn't curse or not curse, because they understand it, they get it. In serious events, you can't speak that way. If you're at a job interview, would you curse at your interviewer or you wouldn't? So why is it so hard to say, like, don't curse or don't present yourself, especially if you're talking about branding and wanting to be taken seriously in whatever you're doing, and people now come on social media and they see you cursing up and down? Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's some people I meet, they can't make 2 full sentences without cursing, and I'm just like, wow, it's gotten to this point. And that's the thing, because it's okay to curse, but you're like, I would even say it's okay, but like, obviously, if you're in your own private circle, you're cool with them, you're free to express yourself, cool. But even with that, it can be dangerous, because if you're just used to talking a certain way, you don't know when you now start saying it everywhere else. Do you understand? Like, no. So always know that there's a time and place with everything. On social media, especially if you're taking it as a job, you really should not be cursing. It's just very tacky. It's I don't know, it's a bit rude, to be honest. No, because if you want to, like on YouTube, if I say those type of words over and over again, they will block my video. Do you think just like, yeah, take yourself seriously? I feel like the problem is a lot of people don't take themselves seriously. See yourself as a brand. Like, there's certain people you wouldn't think to hear certain things from. You know, you won't think to hear Obama coming out and cursing up and down. He wouldn't do that. Who are people who you think, rappers, artists, like, do you understand? If that's your line of work, cool. Again, to each his own. But I'm just saying, where you see yourself, that person you envision yourself, you see them cursing, fighting. This one, you wouldn't see them doing that. So, you know, give yourself that same respect. All right, love. So my last point is when we make jokes about sensitive topics that can give people the wrong impression or perception of you. A good example is maybe you as a woman, what you're known for is always making jokes about sugar daddies or finishing men's money or this one. Why are you why are you associating your brand to that? Do I find these TikToks hilarious? Yes. I might even put some on my story. Well, and actually, no, I won't. But like, would I ever do it? No, because even though it is a joke, if you do it over and over, it's like, wow, she relates to this so much. And then all of a sudden, you're giving your own self that perception, like, oh, she's really into this and that. And it's not necessary, you know, like, you don't have to make that part of your personality. I can think like, oh, a man must spend money, I don't have to spend anything, but I don't have to make that my personality online, that anytime they see me, that's all I talk about. All the good jokes, everything about, they never see you there. It's about the one of, oh, where she get that does this, where she get that. Like, it's funny, but again, always think long term. Like, again, what is my brand? What am I trying to do? Does this help or does this negate? If it negates, it's not worth it. It's really a few laughs, that's it. The laugh isn't paying your rent. The laugh isn't paying your bills. It's, you know, and let's say you have a good business and they now invite you, they want to invite you for like to speak at a public event to young girls, and then they go on your TikTok and all you're talking about is sugar, fishing people's memory. You don't know all these things. You don't know the type of things that people go through before they now decide, no, she's not a good fit or no. So you don't want to give people any reason to pass you by, you know? The issue can be them finding you, but you don't want when they don't find you, you're like, oh, why would she do that? Like, it's so important. Your branding is so important. Please take it seriously. All these sensitive jokes, yes, you can even have it, but that's why we have private stories. That's why we have, like, just don't associate yourself with negative connotation. You don't want to do that. It's not great, especially if you're here in Nigeria. You already know that there's this, it's like a big industry, and then you're now bringing your own self into it. Like, yeah, I want to be known for any sugar daddy joke, I'm there. This is an example. There are other things. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I just wouldn't advise that. Another disadvantage that this brings is when you keep associating yourself with those type of jokes, those expensive jokes, people are now going to start thinking, yeah, that's what she does. And you now start wondering why certain caliber of men slide into your DMs. Now, don't get me wrong, men slide into anywhere. You can be Michelle Obama, and then they are still useless in your DMs. But the ratio of the useless ones to the responsible ones, the useless ones will be way more, because you have presented yourself as that. And people like to fight me about it, but whatever you see most of the time is your doing. I can't even lie. There are lots of women who have never faced, you know, issues about, oh my god, he doesn't want to date me. There's some women that immediately, they have never gone through a situation where a man doesn't want to date them. You know, it can just be bad luck, but your presentation, it all plays a part. Some people do not hate men. Some people have never had terrible experiences with men. You know, so let's not pretend like every single woman has been dogged, has been that hates men, all that. Not everyone. Just don't be looking at social media. Some people are really, really happy. So when you always face this problem, always know that your presentation matters, and it's something that we like to deceive ourselves. The way you dress, you act, you attract certain type of people, and don't be upset when they come because you have put that presentation. Does that mean that is you? No. But is that the perception you're giving people? Yes. And that's just the reality. Take it or leave it, you know? So if you want a different result, most of the time it has to do with you changing what you've been doing. What is insanity? Exactly. So yes, love, I think that's it for today's video. I wanted to keep it short and cute. Again, this is for a specific audience. Please, I'm not speaking to everyone, and I don't want to speak to everyone. I know that there are women who are like me, who take branding very seriously, who want to be looked at a particular way, and we just have to do these things. It might not be fun. It might be like, oh my god, I wish I could just post this. Like, it's not that deep. But it's also know that your own line is different from the person who is doing that. Maybe she doesn't have your goals, you know, and it doesn't affect her, and she's getting the views, the following. Cool. I never said anything wrong, but if you guys are going to the same place, it's just like, I always give this example. There's Michelle Obama, who's very, very successful, all of that, and there's Nicki Minaj, who's also very successful, but they're on two different lanes. Michelle Obama can never act like Nicki Minaj, never, because that's not her line. That's not where she's going to. Are they both successful? Yes. Do they both have money? Yes. So I'm not in any way saying that if you don't act this way, you can't be like, because I know people will try to get funny, you know. So just make this clear. But I'm just saying, know your brand and know what works and doesn't work, and work towards that. So I hope you guys loved this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you have other topics you want me to discuss, please leave it in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.